Have you ever had a friend who just couldn't get past her sad story? You listened to her talk about it time after time after time. You empathized with her, you offered her advice, you even encouraged her, but nothing changed. I met a woman like that recently. It was a class I was taking, and we decided to have lunch together one weekend. When I heard her talk about how her husband left her for another woman, my heart went out to her. From her point of view, her entire life was ruined from that moment onward. Without him in her life, none of her dreams could come true. I listened. I understood her pain. I encouraged her as best I could, sharing my own experiences with her as proof that all hope was not lost in her divorce, any more than it had been in my own. I suggested she could still achieve her dreams. She'd just have to be creative about how to make them happen. The next time I saw her in class, she told the same story again, and the next time, and the next. She recounted the same story every time our group got together. No matter what anyone else was talking about, she would redirect the topic to how her husband had done her wrong and ruined the life she used to have. She complained about everything. Originally, I thought she'd gone through her divorce more recently, like sometime in the past year, but it happened more than 10 years ago. After all this time, she was still living in her sad story, thoroughly infected with bitterness and spreading her germs all over anyone who came within 3 feet of her. She could turn the page, but why would she? Her sad story was actually working for her. She got her needs met by dumping on everyone else, and she didn't have to put forth any effort. So why turn the page? That would mean work, hard work. She'd have to explore her relationships, not only with her family and friends, but also with her class. Instead, she kept spreading her germs. Everyone noticed, and we all talked about the situation, but no one was willing to call her out. Dysfunction is like that. We ignore the elephant in the room, even when he poops in the soup. I wasn't in charge of the class, and it wasn't created to be a support group. There was nothing I could do, so I dropped out and moved on. Unfortunately, this woman is not the only person who's gotten stuck in the past. I know what that feels like, and it sucks. That's why I've worked so hard to address my own dysfunctional past. Yes, old habits die hard, but they do die when you refuse to feed them. I found the same thing to be true when helping couples with their marriages. If they're both willing to examine not only how their mate's behavior is affecting them, but also how their behavior is affecting their mate, then we can get somewhere. Otherwise, they're both stuck in victim mode, powerlessly waiting for their mate to change first. So, how do you know when you're stuck in a sad story? Here's a simple indicator that you're probably enmeshed in a dysfunctional system. When someone tries to help you understand your mate's point of view, the first thought that comes to your mind is, yeah, but... I like to share the success stories. Some of them are absolutely amazing. Couples who were separated and or actively on their way to court, they've turned things around. They did it. Not me. I was just there to point the way. They were the ones who listened and applied what they learned. They were willing to put an end to attacking, blaming, and criticizing, and to clear up the misunderstandings. They wanted to understand first, then to be understood. Not an easy process, but incredibly simple, unless you're addicted to your sad story. If you're a yeah but person, you might ask yourself why. Then find a 12-step group or a therapist to help you get unstuck. Yes, it will be hard work and it will take time, but what else are you doing in your life? Your story doesn't have to be a sad one. Yes, we all have sad chapters, but you don't have to live in that one chapter. Jesus said, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." You owe it to yourself to find the truth and be free. You'll be glad you did the work.